Hi moms, and today if you see I have some shapes lying here. They're all different style of shapes, and the reason why I have put these shapes here is to display that how these shapes help to create patterns. So if you see here, it's a triangle I have, this is another square, a yellow one, then I have this little magnetic one here, I have a rubber again which is in like an hexagon, then a circle here, this is a shapes book here. These are the Tetris Puzzle ones. Again a magnetic one here. This is again a block one. Here if you see there's a sequence pattern here. There's a pattern book I have. And then again I have a green one here. A green square cube. Then I have this buzz quiz butterfly game which I showed you again like a pattern look. Then I have an egg shape a toy which Shina loves to play. And then I have these my little alphabets which I have put in sequence to show you that the common patterns that have been taught to kids in school, and that is like a figurally look one, then AB, then AAB, AB, or some symbol patterns. These are the patterns that have been already been taught to kids in school, I can say, or at home. But today I am going to talk to you about patterns that are going to be a little different as compared to what you already know. My patterns are basically the combination of these little shapes combined together to make a pattern. Yes, this is how simple I wanted to do. Basically, where you will see that a lot of different shapes are combined together to come into one simple shape, and that's what you need to teach your kid today with my activity. So keep watching and let me know what you think about it. So moms, if you see, I have created this little shape objects that I've just placed them here. The purpose behind this is to make you understand what my pattern activity is going to be today about. Example, if I take this triangle and I place another triangle, it gives it a particular shape. So this is one sort of shape it gives. What if I just blend both of them and then I put this here, putting this is another one idea that I've pattern that I come up with. In case if I just keep this and place this over here, this is another one pattern comes. If in case I just place a yellow and an orange combination with a green, I come up with a third sort of pattern. In case I remove this, I just keep this and I just have this is another pattern I come up with. If I turn it like this and I place this, I come up with another one more pattern. This is the sort of activities that I'm going to talk to you about. They are little sort of tricky sort, but then you know what, it is fun. Coming out of the basic AB and AAB and sort of patterns, let's do something different to teach our kids more of brain development, eye and hand coordination activities today. So let's get started. Here, this is my book which is going to talk about my pattern activities. I have done it in a booklet because of the lockdown. I am running out of A4 sheets, so I couldn't create an activity book, but I will show it to you in this book. So I have written a little basic what are patterns and why should we do patterns other than the ones we already know. Patterns are basically a brain development activity which helps eye and hand coordination. Secondly, they train children's ability of reasoning and imagination, develop children's logical reasoning through sense of sequencing. I just showed it to you. Deepen children's perception and construction and deconstruction patterns. I showed you the pattern styles, different styles that they can come up with. Lastly but not the least, helps kids to recognize the ability of distinguish between patterns with different types of layers. Like I had just done one layer, then comes the another layer, or if you don't want, you put it like this, you put another one layer. These are layer patterns, and then you can just separate them and ask them to kids. So we'll get started with my pattern activity. Let me know what you think about it, and yes, there is a little surprise last in the end. Keep watching till then. So patterns, the first one which is a single one shape pattern, where if you see I haven't done any background design. I've just put a single color to confuse the kid, to focus that which is the right pair. It is like match the following obviously, but how is it? I have kept everything in circles. I'm not taking squares, triangles or anything. I had a circle stencil, so I use circles. You can use any sort of stencil, ruler, scale, anything you want of any shape you want to make so that your kid can learn. End of the day, that's what we want. So I made a heart, I made a circle, and I made a little diamond. What I've done is I made a small parts here, and I have made the same designs. The kid has to search for the right pattern and match them. So example, this is the one, so the kid has to select it like this, 1, because this stays for 1, and then search for the right one here, and then go right over here. So this is the sort of activity they have to do. Example, they go for this, then it's going to be 2 for taken by 2. If they go for the third one, then it is 3, and then it's taken by the third one. So this is the first activity, the simplest warm-up activity for your little one. The next activity we are going to talk is, I have put a note behind every activity. So make sure your kid is very focused and knows what he or she is doing. So my note here for you to do with your little one is, draw any one shape pattern from the previous done activity. So like I showed you these 3 patterns, any one they can do, and they can just draw the circle or example and pick up this heart one. So they can do this design over here. So this is one activity they can try again. So that leads to a memory game sort of activity where the kid is recollecting and trying to do it over here, creating an imagination of the pattern they just saw few minutes ago. So this is one note you need to look forward to. My another one is the second shape, 2 shapes form patterns, where I've kept it very simple black and brown combinations because I wanted to make it a little confusing, because if you see these lines are very closely knitted and the kid has to keep observing that which one is the right one. So it's exactly like the same one, but why is it 2? Because there's a design here and there is a box over here. So they have to look for this one with the matching one. So again, it's the same style. All you need to do is put it like this. They have to match it with the right one. That's it. It's simple. Very simple I've kept, because initially when you're doing such activities, you cannot straight away go for the complex one. You need to start with the basic simple ones to make them sit at one place and enjoy. When they will focus and learn, they will ask for more and you can create better ones. Now my next note that I've left for this activity is, draw the second number pattern from the previous done activity. Do you remember? I'm sure you must have forgotten, or you must have not even noticed it because I was talking about it. So what the kid has to do is, you can put any sort of question you want. I have put the second number. So this is the second number. This will help you to know that was your kid able to recollect? Was he really concentrating and observing the patterns? And does he do it the right one or the wrong one? Not a problem. The best part is, even if he remembers any of the random pattern, it's worth it. So be happy about it. You can put any sort of question behind just to keep a check on them. My third pattern is Easter eggs. Yes, today is Good Friday, so I put Easter eggs here. It's a simple again activity with 2 similar colors and 1 different. Try coming up with pattern activity color combinations that are too closely visible, so the kid can actually understand and see, okay, if these are 2 pinks, so they have to know that, okay, which one goes with what. So that's the very good part here that you need to look into. So example, here it is a pink with a check swan background and it has a diamond, so the kid has to look for that one. I have not made these backgrounds because I wanted the kid to draw the check one and the right ones. Whichever design is on the background, they're supposed to do it over here and match it. So this is a simple one. Example again, I'll show it to you. Here it goes and then it goes over here. This is one activity. Now let's check what I've put behind for you here. What is the previous 2 shape pattern called? I just said 2 minutes. It's called the Easter egg pattern shape. So the kid has to write Easter egg. In case they don't know how to write spellings right now, you can just tell them to create a shape of an egg and that's done. End of the day, we need them to try. So I'll be happy if you try this effort. Please put any questions, whatever you put as an idea, put a question related to that. I have just given you these little ideas so that you know how you can start these little pattern activities. Now my another activity is pattern activity formed by 3 parts. So let's match them. Now this is the one which I showed you 2 minutes ago with these patterns. If you remember, I had showed you that how are you supposed to do. So this is the same activity. If you see, there's a triangle here and then there's a small little circle here, a mini circle and a triangle. So what the kid has to do is, they have to find that these 3 combinations over here that makes, when you combine them together, it comes to a single pattern. So in case if you see, I have left some uncolored because I wanted them to color it and observe it. So this pattern matches which one, they have to check that. So example, if there are lines over here, the kid is supposed to check which one has those lines. So if you see, there are no lines here, So the kid has to see if the lines are not there, they have to see which is the other object seen. This one and this one matches. Then they have to again look here and see which one matches with what, and then they have to match it. So example, if you see, this one goes with this one because this is the blue one over here. There's a triangle here and there's a small little green circle. I have purposely left some uncolored so that they can observe carefully. In case if they want, they can put any sort of design here they want on the background. If they do not want to put any design, that's also totally fine. End of the day, they have to see what goes alongside. In case if you want to see, there's another one I'll put again, the green one. So here if you see, it's a yellow and a yellow that goes with the green over here and a heart and a heart. So the kid has to understand that okay, there's a square with a small little mini square and a heart inside. So this is the sort of matching activity that the kid has to go. This is one little complicated one because once they're familiar till the previous one, then you can just make two simple ones. I have done triangle, oval, squares. You can just do simply a big one here and just have one pattern, to let them at least try first and then go ahead with two or a more complex one. Okay, so here now what I've done is, on the basis of my previous this activity, I have written, can you create your own 3-part pattern, color it. So that means you have to create 3 parts. 3 parts in the sense is you have to create these 3 patterns. So what makes a final pattern? The final pattern is over here. So example, if you see, there are 1, 2, 3. So these 3 designs have to come individually here, and the final pattern, how it will look, that is this, will come over here. I hope you understood. 3 different patterns here combining together makes a single pattern that's supposed to be over here. Now my final last pattern activity is quite a complex one. I think the most complex one. Please go ahead with this only once your kids are enjoying these previous ones and they're familiarized. That's most important. In case they're not enjoying it, please do not pressure, please do not go ahead, otherwise they'll stop trying also. What's important for us is to start with simple ones and then take it, a step ahead. This is the last one. If you see, I have made these dots. These are empty blocks, which shows that what is supposed to come in this empty. This is the final look. This is the final look of the activity. We just have to make sure that what is supposed to be over here. So if you see, it has these green lines over here. So here we have this green blocks, right? Now, if you see, there's an empty box here. So we have to understand what's supposed to be here. So that means the kid has to draw these lines over here like this, and just make this green box over here with a pen, and then the next sequence that comes is the box is being colored pink and it has a small little mini box that leads to a matching over here. And then this is the sequence completed here. This is the same way that you need to do with the pink one, where you have this combination. So this also goes with this. Then there's already a second sequence what comes next. That means pattern, the main pattern, then another one pattern, and then a pattern leads to the final pattern, leaving this. So if you see what's missing here, the circle is missing. If you see, there's no circle here. So here you have to draw this whole pattern like this, and then create a box. And then obviously color it like this, and create a circle here. So that means this goes completes and it goes over here. So this matches this one. This is how you're supposed to complete. It's a sequence. Now this is a very, very complex one. So it's going to take a little while for your little one to understand. So straight away don't go for it. But yes, in case your little one understands it and completes it, give them a little surprise. I have created one and I'll just show it to you. For Shaina, I have created a little surprise, and it's a little mini postcard certificate that I created of the ancient time that we had. It has this Indian border, flag border over here. I've written to Miss Shaina with love, mom and dad. When she completes all these activities, this is the certificate that I have created. If you see, it's written certificate. This certificate entitled Shaina Shukla to the following gift, and I've written gift of her choice. So once she completes, she can ask me anything. You can put a weekend gateway, an ice cream, or a chocolate, or a toy, anything, but do it, because that encourages a kid that, okay, if he or she will try, she might get some appreciation through anyway. Don't make it a habit, but yes, these little certificates are not bad. I think this is a reason why I motivate China, and it's really very good for the kid to look forward to something that makes him or her happy. I hope you like my today's activity, and in case if you have any issues, please let me know, and let me know what you think about it. Do have a look at it. Follow me, subscribe me on my channel, and keep me posted about your thoughts. Till then, take care. Bye bye.